Hello everybody, it's the Reptile Queen here, and welcome back to my reptile kingdom. Now today I'm going to be talking about something that I really wish I knew when I was starting out, and that is about supplements. Now supplements are very important for your reptile's health, and today I'm going to be talking about leopard gecko supplements, everything that you need to know so that you don't make any mistakes when starting out, or if you're just a pro or have been keeping reptiles for years, here's a little bit of a refresher if needed. Now, why do reptiles need supplements? In the wild, reptiles get their vitamins, their health, all from their food and what they drink. Now, if you notice, look at all of these vitamins that are in this powder mixture. Now, these are things that your captive reptile, in this case my leopard gecko, he won't get this from straight up mealworms. So he needs me to add this into his food so that he gets all of the proper vitamins, minerals, vitamins, all that kind of stuff that he normally wouldn't get if I just left him eating just mealworms without dust. And so, it's really just, it's not optional. It's not like a supplement that you just give to him to help him grow. It's mandatory. So first, I'm going to talk about calcium. Calcium is important because it strengthens your reptile's bones, and it prevents an irreversible disease called metabolic bone disease, or MBD. And that disease is, it's from a lack of calcium, and the bones will get all curvy. It's kind of sad, and it can become fatal, I guess, at some point, but if you catch it on time, you can prevent it from getting worse. So this is, I would say, the most important one to give. All of them are important, but this one, calcium, is very important. Now, I don't know if you notice, but on this little box thing, it says without vitamin D3. Now, what's the difference between this one and this one that does have D3? So D3 is a vitamin that pretty much allows your reptile to absorb calcium. Most cases, if you don't give your reptile D3, he won't be able to absorb calcium very well. But if you offer UVB, so you have a UVB bulb shining on your tank at all times during the day, it doesn't need the D3, and it can be dangerous because you're supposed to have the calcium available at all times. But if they have UVB and you give them this type of calcium, you could risk an overdose on D3 because they don't really know how to control it very well, rather than if you just give it without vitamin D3. Before getting a reptile, or if you already have one, I just highly recommend doing some extra research about that. So like I mentioned earlier, you're gonna wanna constantly offer a little bottle cap of calcium at all times so that, your reptile can come over and lick a little bit of calcium whenever he feels the need to. All right, so now we're gonna talk about the multivitamin, just like other supplements, other vitamins, all that kind of stuff. Now, I've already showed you guys the back, but these are all of the supplements, vitamins, well, technically not supplements, it's vitamins, amino acids, and minerals. This is extremely important, and this is all of the stuff that he normally gets in the wild that you're giving to him in captivity. So how do you give these vitamins to your reptile? It's really easy. Every time you feed your reptile, you just get a little plastic bag, and then you pour the bugs in, like 5 or 6 bugs. How many times how many bugs you feed your reptile, just stick them in there. You dust a little bit of this mixture on top of the bugs, and you shake the bag, and it's perfect. You have to dust your bugs with this vitamin so that your gecko slash lizard slash whatever can absorb all of these nutrients. One last thing that I would like to mention. I was talking about vitamin D3 earlier. Now, the reason why I don't want it in your calcium is so that your gecko or lizard doesn't overdose on it. But I'm not saying at all that vitamin D3 is bad. He will get his vitamin D3 from this little powder that you pour on his food with every feeding. So it's not like he shouldn't get it. It's a good vitamin, but you just don't want him to overdose on it. So which one should you get? From which brand should you get your multivitamins and your calcium? Well, I personally bought this from Flukers, and they're really good, you know? I didn't see any metal. When you open it up, let me show you guys. When you open it up, it's nice and white. If you see any dark or gray dots, you have to throw it away because that's metal and that's bad for your reptile. But, you know, these are very good. I'm not sponsored or anything, but this is just a good brand, and I was able to find the calcium. Please make sure that the calcium is without D3. But, you know, it's very good brand. Harold likes it because I know that sometimes your reptiles can be a little finicky about the taste, but as long as they're eating vitamins and you just get a brand that's good and you don't really get this one, not that ZooMed is bad, but just don't get the calcium with D3. You're all set as long as you just, you know, get all the right things that I mentioned in this video. So it doesn't really matter the brand. I got these at a great deal on Amazon, and that's where I'd recommend it. But from your local pet store, maybe PetSmart, Petco, online, it doesn't really matter, but just make sure that they're just getting vitamins and supplements. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and making it this far. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything. I love chatting with you guys, and it really makes my day. I hope you guys have a good time.